Hello. Y'all, today's Sunday, right? Yes, it's Sunday. Well, it's Monday. And I had to work today. And y'all, I could not think of a better thing to do besides come back home and do nothing. That was the best thing I did today. But in the meantime, I literally should enjoy the last 4 days of being home by myself. And I am so ready to get my little kids. Like, I'm ecstatic just to see them. So, in the meantime, I am getting my house together and starting to, no lie, I'm not getting nothing for school right now. I promise you, I'm not going to get nothing for school right now. Only reason why I'm not going to do much for school is because I feel like my son, he has some shorts and they wear uniforms, so they still can wear their school uniforms from last year, and I can just buy them a new shirt for picture day. That's because y'all, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give them some new shirts, and I looked at their shirts and I was like, they're still good. They still, y'all, when I tell y'all I want these shirts to be riding out, I want those shirts to ride out. Okay. I'm sorry. I just can't. Now, if y'all have, like I always say, I like to buy them new pants. But they wear a uniform shirt, y'all. So it is what it is. But I'm about to be a full-time mommy again now. And y'all like, girl, don't you have, no, I don't have my kids. No, I don't. They go straight to their grandmama's house instantly. During any holiday, they go to my mama's house. Okay, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, that's what it is, y'all. So y'all, let me get into here. Let's go to Diamond because Diamond have a lot to say on these streets. She gets a little. She's gonna be beside herself, and she really is playing herself. Diamond, how many times had that baby been to the doctor? See, now that's who needs to be knocking at the door for CPS. Okay, well, we're gonna get to Jazz in a minute. That's like your 50th time talking about taking that baby to the doctor. And then on top of that, how many kids do you have, Diamond? This is your fourth child. Why do the doctors have to tell you that you're bundling up your children to and let them get some air? And you know what, y'all? Diamond, do you ever listen to your mama? It's giving me vibes that you don't listen to your mother. Let me see. Y'all, I don't know about this. I hate coming on here. So if I'm going in and out, like my internet just went low for some odd reason. It's going back up, y'all, but for some odd reason, damn T-Mobile, I'm about to go back to Spectrum. No, yeah. But seriously, back to Diamond. You've been going through doctors and doctors. You don't think nothing wrong with you? Well, my baby, he's sweating at his temperature, and the doctor told me to just not to put so much clothing on him. Girl, we know that. Your man that sits at the house should at least know that. Why y'all just going around hunching and y'all don't know shit about children? You know, when you have a newborn baby, they tell y'all not to put so much clothes on them, right? That's what they tell me. Even though my infant was born on the 6th. No, he was born in February and it was cold. But I had enough common sense to not to put blankets and heavy clothing on him. That's just common sense, Diamond. And this is July, August. Why are you doing that? Oh, you need content. That is your fucking content. Is dragging your son back and forth to the doctor. You're such a great parent. And Diamond, let me tell you something. I did see what you're talking about. Oh, I didn't ask nobody for money. But you still mention that how much you need shit. You're always putting out how homeless you are. And your stupid supporters are not sitting here talking about, they don't even support you. Because you get those people that says, well, that's what we're supposed to do, the Bible say to help, and no, I want to help. But did they help you, Diamond? No. They're actually laughing at you, wondering why a 30-some-year-old woman is homeless with 4 kids. But you got time to tell people this is your full-time job. Baby girl, I don't think so. You need to grow the up. And real talk. Now we're gonna get to Jasmine, because y'all, I know some of y'all have to go to work. Y'all don't clock in on a camera and on YouTube looking for AKA new content. Okay, Jazz, I said this plenty of times before, and I'm gonna say it again. Where was the law enforcement when that lady knocked on your door requesting to see your children? That is dead ass. Y'all don't understand how crazy people can be. And if somebody knocked on my door for my kids whatsoever, or saying, hey, I want to see Elizabeth the second, my daughter's the second, y'all, and I need to see her, I need to see English, and I need to see Ever, I am going to say, excuse me, did y'all see any law enforcement outside the door? Did anybody see any law enforcement? If you work for CPS, you know that that is one of the requirements if you're coming to somebody's house that does not have a CPS case and you're doing a wellness check on the children, because you don't know what's going to take off, such as there might be abusive parent, and then in the process, bang, 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 they decide to hurt the child because the people are there. Do you understand? They don't play with nobody's life with CPS, and they don't want to fumble the ball. Okay, so let's read this CPS. This is in Texas, y'all. This is nowhere else. This is state Texas. The CPS worker may recommend a drug test if you're suspected of drug use. If you refuse to take the drug test, the caseworker may consult with the supervisor in a meeting, and the supervisor may legally intervene if evidence is concerning the child's safety. We all see what Jazz put out there. Am I correct? Now, is that CPS worthy of what she puts out there? Now, we don't know what she does on the streets. We just know what she puts out there on the YouTube. I have to admit, there's nothing that yells CPS for me. I get it. I understand it. But Jazz, you can refuse it. Why would I travel? And this is another thing we about to bust her bubble with, y'all. I'm coming to y'all, okay? Um, this is another thing I'm about to bust her bubble. CPS, when they come to your house to give you a random drug test, you can do it right there. They got funding for drug tests. You work at a temp agency. I don't know if anybody know. They can drug test you right at the temp agency. Jazz, you don't think they can drug test you at the house? Olivia gave you that tea. Yeah, y'all remember Olivia had a drug test and her and Gerard, they had to take a drug test. Did y'all remember that? I remember it. So why would they have you travel requesting you a drug test and they can give you a drug test at the house? Or they can even tell you to go downtown or wherever your social services or Department of Children Protecting Services, they can tell you to go there. They can even tell you, hey, we need to see you down here, and they just give you a random drug test. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. Wow, they need you to go to, I don't know what it's called. We have one called a lab. It's called a lab. It's something lab. And when our temp workers go, when they get hired, they have to go and get their tests. And I see it like it comes in the system. This person passed, this person didn't. And marijuana is, be honest with you, most states don't even drug test you for marijuana. That's just a little thing I learned. So again, why would they take the time to pay for an agency to give you a drug test when majority of them have drug tests on hand? That don't even make any sense. But only stupid people that don't know life, never worked at nowhere, or never really experienced anything in life will say some shit like that. Again, who opens the door and let a stranger with, I don't care if you CPS, where's your law enforcement? Because you're that lady said that she was doing a wellness check. Where is the law enforcement, Jasmine? That doesn't even make any sense why you will even entertain this lady. And I need to see a sheriff. I'm sorry. I need to see a sheriff knocking at my door and you requesting for seeing my children. And you can also say, no, ma'am, I'm not doing this. No, ma'am, I'm not taking a drug test. Are you crazy? No, ma'am. You're going to have the court orders to for me to piss on a stick. I'm sorry. Because that is my right. And they cannot take my kids away unless they have some hardcore proof. Unless they do. Unless you don't know your rights, Jazz. Which one is it? Because that don't even make any sense why somebody, y'all, this is 2023. You think these agencies is really sending people out somewhere else and they can get drug tests with their budget? Philip probably for him to go get drug tests and his PO knocked on his door and gave him a piss test right there at the door and told him to leave the door open. They didn't make him go down somewhere and get a piss test. They pissed him right there. They probably pissed him at his job. Come on now. Let me read some of your comments, darlings. Okay, like you're a mess. Hey Rose, how y'all doing? Jazzy Sound Stranger's been around. Yes. Okay, but just Tiffany, I'm so glad you're sober, and I only want nothing but the best. I think me and you talked, but we only want the best, girl. And I'm glad that you did. But and that time, 2005, they didn't have drug tests. I think they didn't have drug tests available for the DSS workers like that. But I know now, yeah, they have them. They have them out. And you know what? And I'll be honest with you, I just feel like Jazz been telling this same CPS story for a very long time. And while you work for y'all, I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all know about Shania Davis, but Shania Davis is a result of CPS not doing their job. All right. Do y'all I don't know if y'all noticed, but they didn't drug test the mom. They didn't follow up. When I mean follow up, they supposed to gave that little girl constantly visits. All right. And those visits are supposed to be supervised by a sheriff. All right. That's just the bottom line. They fumble. They let one day go by, 2 days go by. They fumble. But Jazz sitting here playing this little stupid game that she been playing since 19, 20. CPS came to the house. This man came to my house at 11 o'clock. And that's what really pissed me off, because they don't come to your house after certain business hours, right? Because they really do work for business hours, unless they're hired on by what I like to call it special unit victims or the police station. They will have social workers online for certain times of the night. They might have to go pick up a kid, you know. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that take place, but a law enforcement should always be near a social worker. That is the golden rule. Definitely here. It don't always happen, but it's here. That is the sickest thing, that you allow somebody to come knock on your door, and I'm going to be more worrying about where's the social worker, because I don't know if this stranger is literally trying to take my kids. But the fact of the matter is, she had the nerve to say the lady said that she was going to watch the kids while she go take the drug test. But you worried about people knowing your address? You was thinking about allowing that baby that woman to watch your child while you take this drug test for content. Now I see why Diamond thinks a dirty house is okay. A dirty house is content. I see why Diamond think it's okay to keep doing whatever she's doing to her newborn baby for content. Because y'all, what Diamond's doing over there is not normal. It's sickening. I can't do this to the older kids, but I can do it to the baby. He don't talk. He can't tell me nothing. Somebody's gonna really think, listening to Jasmine, that somebody knock on your door and ask, can they check on your children without a law enforcement, or you don't even question anything. I doubt very seriously Jazz asked, where's your badge at? I was so disgusted, Tiffany, when she had the CPS lady there. And y'all, when I tell you there's certain codes and guidelines CPS do not, they cannot cross. And one is talking to children with the parents of his right there. They cannot talk to the children in any certain thing besides casual conversation. But when they was talking in depth of information about SE and y'all figure out that funky letter towards a minor, they'll need two people. They need a witness. So if that child says something off the wall, that's verified. They can't even have that parent, like they can't have not one parent sit in that interrogation room with that child, because that child can do something, or that parent can do something that can put fear in that child. That child's no longer comfortable with that parent or with that investigation or that meeting. That is real talk. So when you see that, you'll think, hey, that is what we do. We don't do that. That is actually dangerous for that child. And Jazz is playing stupid. That shit is dangerous. It's dangerous all the way around, not just for, her kids. Somebody really can really think, hey, somebody knocking on my door, there's a CPS. And they can hurt that person that opened the door because Jazz promoted this is how it is. No, it's not. Always ask people, where's the law enforcement? Before you come in my house, I need to see a court order. I doubt very seriously Jazz had anything to do with an investigation, paperwork, or anything. Let me read y'all this. Um, no, you did not play her. Oh, see, hey, just Jazz, I forgot her name. Do you see that woman that she talks about going to jail, y'all? And she's a former addict, and she said recovering, we recover. And I be feeling so inspired looking and like listening to her stories and stuff. Like I believe everybody can change, y'all. I just think that was, I like the fact that she is opening up about, and y'all, she just a waitress or she a bartender at Applebee's, but y'all, that is genuinely real people. Okay, they got real stories to tell. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm keeping you up, but I am about to go to bed, y'all, because I have to be up in the morning. I can't. Oh no. That's what I was thinking too, Rose. Okay, you can you I would definitely give it. I was thinking that too, or maybe she was needing to apply for a house. Because y'all, I'm being dead ass. Some of these, if you try to apply for some houses, they asking for background checks, drug tests, and yeah, they asking for some shit. Okay, they asking for background, credit check, and a drug. Make sure that they're not putting people in their house. Some places do. I have seen rentals that request drug tests before, yeah, like for houses, like I think private owners, they can do that because they don't want, they don't want somebody messing up their investment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, they're messing, these drugs are really messing up people's homes. And when they get it, it's like, okay, you didn't know these people was addicted to ABC, and now your house look some type of way. And y'all, when I tell you, I told somebody we haven't seen 1,000. We haven't seen $2,000 for like rental property. There are there, but not for like these a 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. We haven't touched that side of a house for rent here in North Carolina, in this county I live in. But when I tell you I saw a apartment for 1850 and it had 4 bedrooms, and I'm sitting here like, oh hell no. And that's the only price that we will see, and that will be like in New York or Jersey. That is not like South. And I was shook when I saw the prices for Texas. They said that Texas was expensive. No, cheaper. They said Texas was cheaper. And I said, darn, 23 for that house? Y'all, when I tell y'all nothing in Jasmine house looks like it if she rents something for more than, I'm sorry, nothing Jasmine house look like she rents something for 2,000. There's nothing. Yes. And you know why? I seen that some places want 3 times the rent now. So when I tell y'all, is if y'all don't have good credit, you better work on it and try to find you a little piece of land and buy you a she shed or something. Like you can buy you about 7 she sheds. Y'all don't do don't be going to Lowe's because that was my idea. Okay, I'll go to Lowe's and get me and my kids our own individual shack storage and just buy property. I don't think you can I don't think you can get property. You can get property tax, but you won't get like rent, you won't get housing. That's just storage. Well, Rose, that's everywhere, darling. That's not just in Texas. That's everywhere. All right. When I tell you, when people was, one of my friends got like, I think she said when they had that pandemic and extra money, she was getting like 13,000. Not 13,000, I'm sorry, 1,300. And did you see anything? I don't see anything in her house, y'all, but I did see a lot of unnecessary shit that she bought. And now she's cracked down to, I think she said 6 or 5 something. And she has 4 kids. Can y'all imagine having all that? Can you imagine having all that money and you don't have no food? Like, I'm sorry. There's no reason why you don't have something in your refrigerator or your freezer at the end of the month. Definitely with 1,300. Yeah, I'm always gonna have good food. We'll always have some chicken in my house. Okay, give me 13 for just 1 month. Let me flip that. Okay, and that was like selling it either. I'm going straight to the meat place and I'm going to the fish market. Third, I mean, when I tell you, because she was getting the pandemic money for the school, right? And then she was also getting the increase for her monthly salary. So she was getting 13. And you can, and she'd be like, oh man, I gotta go to the store. I was like, every month? Mm-mm. See, y'all, I don't know if y'all watch Sky. They have a show where buying food for like cookouts. She will buy food for cookouts. And then you be like, damn, that's a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my mama's gonna have a cookout for the 4th of July. Okay, so just Tiffany, I don't know if you know, but if you say you have Section A, they have a new guideline that they have to obey. And when I tell you, there's some places that if the government or the state inspect it and it don't meet their guidelines, they can, that's where a lot of people, um the landlord no longer takes Section A, because the landlord is like, I'm not going to fix up, for example, you might need central air and central heat and air. And they be like, oh no, you're just going to get this furnace and this AC unit. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And some states are making these people do certain things, like make sure they have certain windows fixed. Make sure their doors doesn't have any cracks, because that will be an increase to their light bill. I'm telling y'all, that increase, that when the state comes in and they take a property or a SSI or a HUD and they don't meet their qualifications, they no longer can do business. So if they fail these inspections, they lose their ability for vouchers, and that hurts that hurts the person that is renting more. Now, sometimes I know you don't want to do that, because I'm assuming that you like, no, I can't find another place right now, or they also not taking vouchers. I understand, but if you can't take it, girl, I'm gonna definitely tell you, you better call the state, because there's certain guidelines they have to, or whatever city you at, just learn their guidelines of what they need to upkeep or and all that stuff, because that matters. Um, but I'm gonna be honest, Rose. How can you be 30 some years old and you don't have nothing in your name? Who does that? I am trying to figure that out. Y'all, I am playing, like King Mike was making fun of me earlier. I am playing with this StreamYard, but I did something right today. Yeah, I mean, she can bet him, but is she going to get anything out of it? Hold on, let me okay, so King might ask, really, King Mike gonna choke. You know what? I'm gonna sit you in timeout. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that she destroyed the house, y'all. I don't think she did, but she did something. She did something. Thank you. Hood comes out. I'm trying to tell y'all. So when maybe and then also when they come and they inspect the house, how about Jazz did have like a Section A voucher, and when they came, the landlord probably didn't what is that, alert her, gave her a notification like, hey, they're coming, or I don't know when they're coming, but they're going to do a walkthrough, and the house was trash. They could also, that's the reason why I was like, who has a open house with the tenants still there? That makes me wonder, like, y'all, when I tell y'all, if that shit ever happened to me, um I'm not leaving my house. When she went out like multiple times this week, she was not happy about it. She wasn't happy about sending her kids to get something to eat, because they probably gave her like, hey, you need to be gone out the house from this time to this time, and you can come back, but and maybe they're also telling her, hey, do not pack anything, don't leave your leave my walkway area clear, and make sure all the rooms is tidy, because y'all, Jazz is not like this. Jazz is not clean. I did, y'all. We know that. That's the reason why Chrissy probably got evicted so many times, because of false. Not because she didn't pay her bills. Because y'all gotta understand, Chrissy knew that she was getting evicted when she went to Houston. She knew she was being evicted. There's nothing we can say to sugarcoat that shit. Chrissy knew. But the kicker was that she wasn't adult enough to say, hey, me and my family's about to have some hardship, and I need to take care of home. But instead of taking care of home, that I can't personally get on here and give her flowers, because anything can happen. How about, you know, who took the kids to the to the house? Who took the kids to the house? Your mama's sick. Did she get everything she needed? Y'all, it was just a mess. So, of course, Chrissy is so sour over here towards me. I'm not even gonna lie. It has nothing to do with the men, because I like men too. But I don't parade them like she does. But it is what it is. Some people might say I have a lot of kids. I do. I have 3,000 of them. Times five, 15,000 children, because they all got all their different personalities. But at the end of the day, I take care of home. Okay. Yeah, I will. Y'all, I refuse to get a late fee. Okay. so, so if I don't want to spend all that rent money, I know I better have under $50 left on my rent after the fifth. Okay. I do. You gonna get this $50 on the 15th or the next payday, but no, ma'am, you can't take all my little change. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do that. Yeah, I don't pay all that rent. Y'all don't do me, okay? Don't pay like, oh, she don't pay her rent. No, seriously, you're not. I'm gonna keep my last 50. If I know that I won't get a late fee, I'm keeping my 50. Okay. No, they hey, I called them one time. I was like, hey, what's the amount that y'all won't charge me a late fee? And she said under $50. I was like, okay. So I you should told me under 100 out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like late fees. I don't know about y'all, but my late fee is like $113. No, absolutely not. No, I'm not doing that. That's scary. I'm serious, Tiffany. You're not saying, you know what I can do with this $50? Everything I'm supposed to be doing with it. Buy me a dress, buy me a book, doing something I don't have no business doing. Getting my hair done, getting my nails done. Yes, y'all not gonna take my last bit of luxury. Okay, and I don't even stay in this damn house that long for this rent to be that high, right? I just go in here and take a shower and sleep. That's it. I don't do nothing luxury in this house. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I be asking for the rental place. Okay, so they just recently got our roads fixed in our parking lot, right? And I'm like, man, the price of this damn apartment complex, we need to have our own damn parking spot. So I'm like literally asking this lady, like, yo, can we get our own parking spot? Because this rent got up, okay? Because y'all, when I moved here 3 years ago, yeah, 3 years ago, y'all wanna know how much my rent was? It was $784. Okay. It was the cheapest, cleanest place I lived. Okay. It was clean, it was cheap, and it was right where I needed to be at. And I could not afford, yeah, it is what it is, y'all. At the time I couldn't afford apartment that was 900, or it was close to 1,000. I had to afford what I could at the time. And does that make me a bad person? Absolutely not. It just I just knew what was important: a vehicle, insurance, a roof over my kids' head, and groceries. Okay, making sure the kids had school stuff, and it was what it was. But at the end of the day, yeah, I need my own parking spot because my rent now is 1,200. Okay, that's a big gap. I did. Y'all, when I tell y'all the second year I moved here, it went straight to 1,000 thanks to COVID. And then it went, I didn't even get to see a 800. I didn't get to see a 900. I just went straight to 1,000. And then it went straight to 200 this year. So I'm like, what the hell, y'all? So yeah, I can't afford to. They can afford to be without $50 until I pay them. And next month I do it again. Yes, they can afford it. So y'all, when I see prices of like rents that's like 23, I could never. But I said I could never afford $1,000 rent place either. But look at it now, right? I better afford it, or I'd be under a highway bridge or something. And I don't, you know what, Rose? I would, but I think right now, like I told my mom, I said, it's nothing better than owning your own. Um, but you gotta be willing to want to stay at that spot. Am I willing to stay here? No. I think after school I'll probably move from this county. Not because the county is a bad county. I think everywhere can be bad. But it's just the fact that the money is not here in North Carolina. And definitely the money is not here in my field as well. So I need to go somewhere. But I always was thinking about going to, like, I forgot what city it was. I think it was Montana, or I know it wasn't Utah. Um, it was like another city, another state, like where Montana or somewhere is, that they was paying people to live there, and they was also giving you $10,000 to buy land. And I'm trying to figure out they still got that, but yeah, I probably won't do that. I probably won't do that. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I don't want to be away from my parents. So, oh, well, you know what, Rose? I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't want to move around the world. I'm gonna tell y'all, my parents. Now, this is child abuse. Okay, I don't know about anybody else. I went to four different high schools. That is child abuse. Okay, I don't care what y'all think. Child abuse is not spanking your child. Child abuse is really taking them out of the element. This is high school, y'all. I went to four different high schools. So I had to learn how to recreate myself constantly. Okay. And then I had a hard time as an adult to figure out how, who, and when, and why am I Elizabeth. And it was kind of hard, and it was probably easy for them to say, "Oh, you can find friends," but it was actually hard, and you had to hurry up and date somebody because you dating was like the thing. And then I had a hard time dating in real life as adult. And then you rush because you rushed in school. You rushed to be friends with everybody. You didn't have, like, okay, girlfriends. It was hard. Now that's child abuse. Okay, if y'all want to do anything, that's child abuse. But spanking your child is not child abuse. Um, it wasn't, definitely not during my high school experience. It was terrible. So now that I have kids, I don't want to do a lot of moving around. Definitely not when my daughter goes to high school, because I think that's her year that she needs to have enough trust to um she'll need some trust. She'll need that trust factor between me. I don't know if y'all saw my last live where I was sitting there thinking about, letting my daughter go to her grandparents' house, because I feel like they will be a better influence on her than I would. Because I'm always a go, 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 and I don't take time out for her. But hopefully this year I can change it a little bit, and not just say it, just actually change it, because she's worth it. Y'all know, I always tell y'all, English is my favorite. And I have all the right, not because he's like the best child in the world or nothing like that. He's like that. He's that one kid that he gave me chances. He gave me chances. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, he thought I forgot his birthday. Y'all, when I tell you, he was mad. He was like, he said, "So what's today?" And I was like, "Tuesday." You don't even know your own child's birthday. He gave me this whole thing, and I was like, "Boy, calm down. You wasn't even born until like 11:45 p.m. Okay, you got plenty of time." But but he's like one of he's my he's my buddy. Liz is like, she's my first, and Everett is my baby. So, and I think I have a special bond with um English due to the fact that he's my middle child. So, and I feel like middle children need all that love and more. Because trust me, he be using the hell, he be giving the guilt trip like ever since he came out the womb. Like, you don't like me. So, he is what he is, y'all. But it was nice talking to y'all. And again, I was just more upset, like really upset that this woman did another video and she did not have not one law enforcement knocking at the door with this lady to verify this is real or for her safety. That's how I feel. She should always, she's sitting here talking about she will protect her children, but you allow a stranger to look at your kids. I'm sorry. Oh, Rose, that's sweet. My mom always want me to move down South Carolina, and I'm like, Y'all, when I tell y'all, Monk's Corner is no place to have a fun time. I'm telling you, when I go to Monk's Corner to visit my mom, it is not a fun time, y'all. I really dread the drive, but it's so pleasurable with my mom. Like y'all don't understand. My parents they're not the same people I was raised up with, okay? They're more they're more warm and they're more welcoming. Cause trust me, this are the same people that gave me a curfew for my prom night, okay? Um, but when it comes down to their children, their grandchildren, baby, they don't play, okay? They don't play. Why you haven't called me, So see, you know what? That is my other fear of owning my own property. Is when certain things, um, great. My aunt told me, um, when I was talking to her about buying a house, she's like, "Good night, Ebony." She told me this. She told me that you'll at least need to save, at least need to have in your piggy bank $10,000 for a water heater, AC unit, or just something that goes wrong in the house, like you have a flood and you're a plumbing, or you just need to have that money in hand. And I was like, darn, okay, can I just get a down payment for the house first? Is that possible? But she really gave me the best advice. She really did. She gave me the best advice. She said, you need at least need to have, even if they tell you don't need a down payment, you better put 20% of your house down payment. And I was like, what? Girl, you crazy. But It works. I promise y'all. But I am going to talk to y'all later because tomorrow we're going to talk about Sky. And we're not going to talk bad about Sky. We're going to talk about the cockiness. Well, it's going to be Sky and Diamond, how they're becoming cocky with their material. And the fact of the matter is they like to yell depression. And y'all, when I tell y'all, depression don't turn on and off. I don't know what drugs they're using, but depression don't turn on and off. That shit stays unless you get whatever's going on in you plucked out of you. I don't know who told them depression is the best thing ever, but they make depression look so good and so welcoming that we got to talk about this, y'all. We that doesn't even make any sense, but we'll have to do that tomorrow because, like I said, some of y'all have to be in bed because y'all got 9 to 5. Y'all got some of y'all got 9 to 5s at the end of the day. But thank y'all so much for joining me. And if y'all in a giving mood, can you please give your girl a thumbs up? And if you don't, it's okay. I still won't charge it to my heart. I promise y'all. But y'all have a good night and y'all be safe for y'all commuting in the morning and drink y'all coffee and y'all just have a good day, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.